Hackenberg, what do you remember about the 1972 flood?
Well, I was 17,
Okay.
and I had been away with my family on a trip to Boston to look at a college, and we were driving back when all the rain came, and so we actually couldn't get home. We had to stop and stay overnight at a YMCA in Bloomsburg because they had closed the roads back to Lewisburg. I lived in Lewisburg at the time. And my sister and brother were at home and were reporting that the water was rising in the basement, and they were trying to get stuff out of the basement. And then when we finally got home, the rains had stopped, and the big deal at our house was that we had to get the water drained out of the basement and clean it up.
About how much rain do you think fell?
Wow. I have no idea in inches how much fell. I can tell you another thing I remember that wasn't at my house, though.
Okie dokie.
Bull Run had flooded, which is down here where Huffnagle Park is.
Okay.
And at that time, that wasn't a park, and so there were all these buildings over it, including a building that was built over the Bull Run, and there were bowling alleys actually underneath that. And so because there were all those buildings there, that just made the flooding even worse. It destroyed more property, and it also backed up the creek, the run. And I remember the chief of police actually, trying to save someone who was stranded in that area during the floods, and he drowned at that time during that. And I'm pretty sure that's Huffnagle. I think that's why it's named Huffnagle Park.
Well, thank you for your time.
Okay.
Yes, Mrs. Amy, what do you remember about the 1972 flood?
I remember that it rained a lot. I think it rained about 5 days straight, and there was a lot of the streets were flooding, and we had a lot of people. I actually was in Harrisburg at the time. I couldn't get out of Harrisburg. I was visiting a relative, and the road from Harrisburg to Lewisburg was closed, so I couldn't get back to Lewisburg. And I remember some family members talking about the flooding and how people were having to evacuate their homes, and also the death of the policeman Gordy Huffnagle, who the park is named after. Gordy Huffnagle. He was trying to save someone, I think 2 people, an elderly couple down, I think, on 6th Street. And the boat he was in capsized and he died. I remember that.
So around then, people had to get around by boat because they couldn't drive their cars through the
Right.
water.
Yeah. Downtown. 6th Street, that was totally flooded. River Road was flooded. All of the downtown area was flooded.
Were any houses flooded?
A lot of houses were flooded, yeah. Yes, you could take a boat right down past my house, and I live on River Road in Lewisburg, and you could take a boat right down past there.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.